Thank you.
Golly, that
Pigeon,
does
thank
look
you.
nice. That looks lovely. What is that?
Pigeon.
Really?
Yeah.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that will make you hungry.
I went crazy on summer vegetables on a bed of ricotta for you. And for your carnivore boyfriend, he smoked mackerel with tuck.
Now that's what I call poultry in motion.
For this list, we'll be looking at those films that should not be watched on an empty stomach. Which movie menus have you always wanted to try? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Soul food. Food can and often does serve as the basis for a family-based custom or tradition.
We used to always have eating contests, which the Reverend would always win.
Soul food is a melodrama framed from the perspective of a child and generally revolves around the Joseph family's Sunday dinners.
And that's Big Mama there, Big Mama Joe. People always said she never made one enemy in her whole life. Cause if she did, she'd just have them over for some of her green beans, sweet potato pie, and southern fried chicken. And they'd be down with her after that.
From the opening wedding scene to the fiery conclusion, gorgeous-looking food is constantly showcased throughout the film, along with a heaping helping of excellent acting and effective drama. Plentiful and mouth-watering, the meals on screen genuinely come across as home-cooked, adding to the authentic feel of the movie.
Dumplings, deep fried catfish, macaroni and cheese, and sweet cornbread. The kind Big Mama used to make look like pound cake so us kids would eat it.
Soul food is steeped in history and tradition, making it a perfect fit for the film's narrative. Number 9. Chocola. Is there anything that chocolate can't fix?
I've got just the thing for you.
A French village run by a mayor who looks down on pleasure is rocked to its core when a chocolatier, Vianne, opens up a shop in town.
Good morning. Can I interest you in some nipples of Venus?
Adventurous, expressive, and primal, chocolate is presented as a tool of empowerment in this delightful film. The chocolates themselves look like they've been taken directly from a confectionery book, and the actors make sure to sell just how tasty each piece is. In Chocola, food is an extension of the story's themes and struggles, an instigator of change. Number 8. Julie and Julia. If a biopic about Julia Child doesn't get you itching to pick up a copy of Mastering the Art of French Cooking, then it's doing something wrong. Julie and Julia splits its time between Child's culinary education and eventual literary publication, and Julie Powell's one-year mission to cook all of the recipes outlined in the chef's book.
And as I cook it, I almost feel as if Julia and I are communicating over space and time on a deep spiritual, mystical level. Although, mostly I'm just talking to myself.
Along the way, Julie and Julia treats viewers to enticing French cuisine, a tribute to the majesty of butter, and a few highlights from Child's book.
Is there anything better than butter? Think it over. Every time you taste something that's delicious beyond imagining, and you say, "What is in this?" the answer is always going to be butter.
Child loved to eat, and this movie shows that splendidly.
What is it that you really like to do?
Each.
Number 7. Tampopo. The first ever ramen western, Tampopo is a one-of-a-kind movie.
最初はまずラーメンをよく見ます。丼の全容をラーメンの湯気を吸い込みながらしみじみ鑑賞してください。スープの表面にキラキラと浮かぶ無数の油の玉。
Interweaving various plot lines that typically revolve around food in some way or another, Tampopo is a celebration of cuisine, cinema, and comedy. As the main storyline centers around a noodle shop owner who's trying to craft the perfect ramen, Tampopo is packed with steaming bowls of deliciousness.
この麺最高でしたろ。ツルツルのシコシコでしたろ。
Ramen is not the only dish on Tampopo's menu, as the movie proves to have quite a diverse palette, including a hilarious scene in a French restaurant.
じゃあそれから始めてメインはエスカルゴのパイ詰め。これはソースはフォンドボーですか？
はい、エスカルゴとしめじをマデール酒で煮まして、それをさらにフォンドボーで煮込んでございます。
Cook a bowl of ramen, watch Tampopo, and you'll be hungry again before the movie even ends. Number 6. Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
その自分が やろうと思った仕事、それにもう没頭しなきゃダメです。好きにならなきゃダメです。それ自分の仕事に惚れなきゃダメなんですよ。
This is what it's like to watch a master at work. Jiro Dreams of Sushi is a documentary revolving around the owner of Sukiyabashi Jiro, a highly regarded sushi restaurant in Tokyo.
で自分たちでも例えばお寿司を作ってやってる。だけどまだあるんだろうって上を見るわけでしょ。ということはまだ上に何かがあるってこと。
Ever since opening his restaurant in 1965, Jiro Ono's life has been dedicated to sushi, and that unrelenting drive for perfection can be felt in every frame of this documentary. Although the movie does provide some insight into the Ono family and the history of sushi, the focus is primarily on the creation and presentation of the restaurant's food. And these plates could tempt even those who can't stand sushi.
美味しいお寿司の基本っていうのはね、シャリと上のネタの一体感。これが合わないとまず美味しくないし。
Number 5, Pulp Fiction. Vincent and Jules sure like their burgers.
They call it Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
Some of Pulp Fiction's most famous scenes involve food in some way, even if it's just two hitmen discussing the impact of the metric system on culinary naming conventions. Diner food dominates the menu, be it Mia indulging in a thick strawberry cheesecake milkshake, or Fabienne making plans for breakfast.
To drink, a tall glass of orange juice and a black cup of coffee. After that, I'm going to have a slice of pie.
Pie for breakfast?
At one point, Jules uses a fast food cheeseburger as an intimidation tactic, and the scene manages to be both very intense and strangely appetizing.
This is a tasty burger. Vincent, you ever had a Big Kahuna burger? Want a bite? They're real tasty.
Even Jules discussing pig's feces doesn't stop Vincent's pancakes and bacon breakfast from looking pretty tasty. Number 4, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes.
Walking the line between a whimsical wonderland and a nightmarish hellscape, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory turns food into works of art, although some can be potentially dangerous.
The suspense is terrible. He's gonna go this time. I hope it'll last.
As Wonka leads 4 children and their caregivers through an amusement park of chocolate rivers, fizzy drinks, and golden geese,
they're treated to the sensations and horrors of this surreal factory. The pure imagination sequence is the most likely to spark a visit to a candy shop, although the tunnel of terror scene might inspire a bout of stress eating.
The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing.
Despite all the creativity found in the factory, it's the simple Wonka bar that steals the show.
I think I'll buy just one more. For my Grandpa Joe.
Sure. Why not try a regular Wonka bar this time?
Fine.
Number 3, Studio Ghibli's movies.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'm glad you brought some food. I'm starving.
Eggs on toast should not look this good. Studio Ghibli's projects are almost universally gorgeous, but these anime films tend to make any piece of food, regardless of how common, seem like the most appealing dish ever. Despite following a rather clever wizard, the most magical thing in Howl's Moving Castle might just be some eggs and bacon. Ponyo has ramen, Princess Mononoke has okayu, and Kiki's delivery service is stacked with picturesque plates.
Is the pie baked? Is it ready?
It seems fine. Now you'd better hurry.
In perhaps cinema's greatest pigging out scene ever, Spirited Away presents a mesmerizing feast of fictional delicacies, and these few films are only the tip of the iceberg.
Mustard? Thank you.
Number 2, Ratatouille. With the right training, anyone can be a great chef.
Well, yeah, anyone can. That doesn't mean that anyone should.
Well, that is not stopping him.
Despite infesting a restaurant's kitchen with rats, Pixar's Ratatouille still puts together some incredible dishes that might just spur someone to have stewed vegetables for dinner. The food naturally looks amazing, but it's the reaction from the characters that will get stomachs rumbling. Remy's palpable satisfaction as he eats a piece of cheese and a strawberry makes them seem like the best meal ever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing.
And Ratatouille is filled with these types of moments. The climax revolves around a dish so tasty that a food critic risks his job for it. Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. Good Burger, because the hunger sets in during the opening credits. Haute Cuisine, because French cuisine is world-renowned for a reason. Big Night, because these Italian chefs bring their A games for the big night. The 100-Foot Journey, because food can transcend cultural barriers.
Oh.
Eat, Drink, Man, Woman, because the opening scene alone is a masterclass in food presentation. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Chef. Food can be soothing, uplifting, challenging, and fun. All elements highlighted by Jon Favreau's comedy.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm finally happy.
After a public outburst goes viral, a talented chef loses his job and decides to return to basics by opening a food truck in Miami.
This is what makes it a Cubano. Take the butter. See that? Yeah. On top.
Chef is charming, funny, and comforting, but more than anything, it makes everything look delicious. Chocolate lava cake, pasta, and Cubano sandwiches, each dish is turned into an event worthy of a catchy soundtrack and crisp editing.
3 equal pieces.
Let's see what we got.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, hot.
Ah, safe.
Look at that cheese.
Oh my God.
While most of the film's recipes require practice and prep work, Chef also throws in a grilled cheese sandwich just to make things a bit more accessible.
It's good.
Your acid's good.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.